What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. So today, the goal of this video is to try and burn some laps and try and get up to speed on a 250. So, in my last two videos, you might have noticed me saying for MX Bikes of Nations, which is going to be coming around, I think it's like October-ish time, like mid-October. I want to ride a 250. Reason being for that is I am under no illusion that I'm pretty washed up on bikes at the moment, and I just think 250 class would give me the best chance to represent Great Britain, represent my country. There's some very fast 450 guys. We've got the likes of Hurls, Rum, Harry Keenan, Cam. I'm sure there's a bunch of others there that I can't remember off the top of my head, and I don't think there's too much in the way of Great Britain 250 riders. So what I want to do over this next month or so is just try and spend a bit more time on the 250, just try and learn it again, because I've been maining the 450 for a very long time now, and the 250 is very different. You know, it handles differently, it's got different grip. What I will say is I feel like they are easier to ride in general. In the past, I've given some of the more veteran MX Bikes players that still race the 250s a bit of stick, because I feel like the best players should be on the 450s in the Premier class. But I can understand the reasoning for riding the 250, because they are more fun, that you can throw them about a lot more, they grip easier, they turn easier, and overall it's a more... Maybe I don't know if arcadey is the right word to use, but it's a lot more of a relaxed experience. You know, you've not got to be pinpoint perfect absolutely everywhere. Obviously, to do really well in race, that precision does help. But I feel like you can get away with a lot more things. I am on the KX250 for no other reason than it's one of the 250s that I feel most comfortable on. My 2 Supercross seasons ago, when I was a 250 rider, I kind of rotated between the KX, the Honda, and the TM. Now, I think I found success in all of them, but just in terms of raw speed, I feel like the KX is best for me. I've not even tried like the Yamahas and the KTMs like I see a lot of people running nowadays, so maybe that could be something down the line. But just while I'm finding my feet again, the KX isn't too bad. The only downside I ever really find with it is I feel like the front end can be a bit unpredictable, a little bit twitchy sometimes. It can tuck at unexpected moments. I'm sure I'll get around that. Part of it's probably down to setup, part of it's probably down to me trying to go too fast at certain spots. But either way, it's good fun, and I played the Baker's Factory that you see here with Rum the other day, and we was on 250s then, and we both agreed that it was such good fun. And there's some tracks where a 450 really does just end up being overkill, and I think this is one of them where it's so tight and twisty. I can't imagine the 450 really suiting it very well. So that's where I'm standing, and I mean, oh god, it's going to take me, oh, Jesus Christ, it's going to take me a fair bit of practice. I've been out of the game for a while, and I mean, 1 lap speed, I really don't mind. I feel like I'm okay when it comes to 1 lap or qualifying. It's race pace that I really need to build back up again. That consistency is not there at all right now. Usually I can do the first 10 minutes of a race okay, and then when the deep stuff comes in, the deeper road, it all goes a little bit downhill for me. And something else I'm a little bit wary of is, obviously the Nations event is going to be at Redbud. Now, we have a Redbud track that has been made for the ARL season, and it was by far the worst I think I've ever ridden or ever played on this game in my... It sounds really cringy. In my competitive career, those are the words I'll use. I don't know what it was, I just didn't gel with that track very well at all. I struggled quite a lot seeing through the dark areas and the shadows, and just really had a hard time following some of the ruts, and I was extremely down bad. So if we use that same track, I'm going to need a hell of a lot of practice. Part of me wants there to be a new Redbud made for Nations, but I really don't know if I see a point. It depends if the track layout changes IRL at all, we shall see. But either way, I need to do some practicing. I'll probably do a bunch of practice on the easier tracks like this at first. I mean, JV's tracks are usually pretty good, and then move on to the harder stuff. So play a bunch of the ARL tracks, because I'm guessing that it's probably going to be someone like Stone Rider or JV that ends up making the track if we do get a new one, and it should be good. I plan on If I qualify for the event, I plan on live streaming it from my POV. If I don't qualify for the event, I'm going to see if there's any way that I can live stream it from a commentating point of view for the first time ever, because I keep going on about wanting to actually do a commentating point of view. I don't know if I'd be any good at it. I'm sure there's people much better than me, like Reaper Doc and like Navo and like Jin, but we shall see. I just want to give it a go at one point. We'll see how it goes. And even if I can get in the booth with someone else, that would be quite cool. So I'm not just left to my own devices. But I do miss streaming a little bit as well. So maybe over the next month, you might see the odd stream pop up here and there where we're just playing in general. You know, just hop into any specific server. Just going to be testing out the 250. And then when Supercross comes, I want to stream again. So I wanted to give a little bit of kind of story or background, because someone asked the other day why I've not been streaming the races. So originally at the start of the outdoor season, it was to allow me to concentrate more. I don't care how good of a streamer you are. In my opinion, if you are streaming at the same time as trying to play something competitively or in general, you're not going to be as good as when you're just left to yourself, you know, and it's quiet and you haven't got to worry about trying to entertain at the same time. So that was my reason at the beginning, was just so I could do as well as possible. And I mean, it was working. You know, I was leading the points for the first 5 rounds or so, and then it got to a point where I was thinking, okay, maybe I can actually stream this and it wouldn't be too bad. But I was getting really bad FPS on the tracks. I don't know what it was. You know, I tried turning graphic settings down, removed max HUD, tried a whole bunch of things, and I would still get bad FPS as soon as I was in a server with more than, say, 15-ish people. So qualifying wasn't too bad, but when it came to race time, my PC started struggling. Now, I've taken the last 5 weeks or so off of racing properly, just because I've not been interested in it at all, and my frames are fine, and I've not changed anything PC side. I've done no updates, no Windows updates, no graphics updates, nothing at all, and it's fine again. So I don't know if they've changed the way that they make the tracks and they're a little bit more optimized and refined. I don't know if it's just PCs being PCs and not doing what they're told and doing what they should do, but either way, it's all better now. It's all fine. So I should be able to live stream some races for you, and I might even, I know it kind of deletes all of my points I've earned up till now in the 450 class, but round 12 at Fox Raceway, I might see if I can ride a 250 just to get a feel of it and see how it handles the rough, because for the most part at the moment I can only really do single player stuff. The time that I record videos doesn't really lend itself well to online races. I know the American guys probably have a much better job of that than I do, but if I want to sit down and record a race or a video at like 6 PM UK time, I feel like all you ever really get is maybe 10-man forest lobbies, and that can't be very interesting to watch, surely. So I just don't do it, and then I sit in single player and try and do something else. But I'd love to get back into the kind of like online challenge videos, whether it be if people head start, but don't sit down, don't stand up, can't change gear, just things like that to make it a little bit more spicy and entertaining. I'd really enjoy that. But yeah, for the most part I'm kind of stuck with first person at the moment, but I'm happy that I can mix things up with some motocross chasing the dream, throw a little bit of track they are in there, hop on sim every now and then. I do think I should probably upload a little bit more sim than I have been. Is that the first time I've crashed, by the way? Oh god, never mind, second time I've crashed. Oh god damn it. And get up and over that. I feel like I've lost my flow now, but I was barking up until that point, like really happy. I mean, for the most part, I find the 250s tend to be a bit easy mode, but it's then when you're trying to find those extra temps and really hang with the top guys, that's when it can start to be a struggle. But I love how they sit in corners and grip. Like, look at this, I'm wide open around here. The throttle's almost all the way flat the whole way around that corner. And I think part of it's to do with 250s, part of it's to do with the way JV makes his ruts. The ruts on this track, so good. Like, they don't even look that steep, but it's just the way that they hold you in is so nice. Get up and over that. Whoa, that was close. And these next two corners, I always have to remind myself to check up a little bit more, because I've been going over them many times in the times off camera that I've been playing. Oh no, and I've done it again. God damn it. It comes up on you so much quicker than you expect as well. It's very annoying. One thing that I might have to do is, I'll see if I can use my YouTube privilege, is try and sweet talk some people, see if I can try and work out what the best setups are. Because I'm running stock at the moment. The only thing that I've changed is I think I put the swing arm on 2 and aggressive mapping. Other than that, all stock. You know, the actual suspension itself is default, and I'm sure that there are better setups out there, so maybe I'll have to ask some of the fast guys. And I'll just do some experimenting from now to Nations, see what bike I prefer riding the most. But I am excited for it. You know, so Great Britain, we've come second last 2 years in a row, which has been very, very annoying. And I would love, in the time that I'm playing the game competitively, for us to be able to win one. Obviously, it's going to be very hard. You've got some very good teams out there. I know France is always good, Germany's good. Obviously, America are probably, I mean, they won last year. They're probably the favourites to win this year, especially on it being Red Bud. There's a little bit of pride at stake there as well. But I will certainly try my best. I know that when the time comes and it's race day, I would have done enough work by then. I'm always quite good when it comes to practicing and deadlines, and it might sound really cringy, but yeah, 2 years ago when the Nations was on Trentino, I literally the track came out like a week early, which I don't feel it probably shouldn't be the case this year, but I sat there, I grinded that track so hard, and it was all good. We just barely got beaten by Team France by 1 or 2 points, but overall it was a really good event, and I want to be involved in it again in some capacity. I feel like it would be really good. But if you play this game for, let's say, quite a lot of time, if you've got maybe 500+ hours, what bikes do you really main? Because I usually main the 450 just because that is what I compete on. I feel like if I wasn't a competitive person and I was just playing the game for fun, the 250 would probably be the go-to. They're just more fun to use, and I want to know how many of you guys kind of share that opinion as such, because I'm always seeing people complaining about the 450s. They are difficult to get the hang of. You know, the power's very interesting, especially with the updated tyres where we've got so much more grip now. It's very easy just to do a backflip from a dead stop pulling away. Even when leaning forwards, they are so wild. I really like them in Supercross. I love rolling on the throttle around the bowl turns and just tripping into a section. 250s are a little bit more balls to the wall in that regards. But yeah, for outdoors, the 250s for me just seem to handle so much better. Even over like braking bumps coming into corners, I don't know if it's a weight thing or if it is just a suspension thing that I need to fix on the 450s, but the 250s just feel so nice. And oh, let's get in. Look at that. Look how that just sat in that corner and absolutely railed. I mean, I thought I was going to slide out there because the rut is not a big rut whatsoever, but just absolutely barks. And yeah, I think 250s are easy mode. Some people might get annoyed with me at saying that. I do believe that the top guys should be on a 450 bike, but for a bit of fun every now and then, why not? Let's ride the smaller bikes. It's the same reason that I hop up back on the 2-strokes now and then, is just for enjoyment rather than trying to go fast all the time. Oh, there's the front end. That's what I'm saying. The Cowie front end is a little bit unpredictable, but managed to barely save it. Let's hold it pinned around here. Up, stay low. I'd love to be able to double these. That'd be so quick. I think you're going to be on the limit of kind of going off the track. You see here, up on the pegs, drop it in, backing it into the corner over the braking bumps. Rail that. Oh, we are moving. Can I jump up and round this? Nope, no, that's definitely not how it's done at all. But I mean, the whole purpose of this video is just to spin some laps, give you guys a little update on what's going to be happening for Nations, and let me know if you're going to be trying to compete as well, and if so, what country is it for? Because I know a lot of the like less popular countries, obviously you've got a chance of making it in, like South Africa, for example. I know there's quite a few South African riders that may not be of the top tier, but in terms of South Africa, you might be way up there. You could be in a chance of representing your country, which I think is really cool. I have no idea on all of the ins and outs in terms of the format. I believe it's going to be a qualifying race rather than like qualifying laps this year, and I don't know how it's going to be decided on who even goes through to the races. It's all up in the air. Chicken's probably going to be working his magic, try and do all the stuff behind the scenes. So we shall see. We'll see how it goes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hope you have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to. And until I catch you in the next video, peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain. Even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want.